Hi, I'm Brian Bosscher, and I have the privilege of serving as the Executive Director for 222Disciple. Well, 222Disciple is this foundational, relational, gospel-centered method of making disciples who make disciples. Well, what Christian doesn't know the final earthly commandment of Jesus? Go and make disciples of all nations. But how are we supposed to do that? What is there a method? Well, there are a lot of things, a lot of ways that God brings about disciples. But how exactly is the ordinary Christian supposed to both be a disciple and then make a disciple who can make another disciple? Enter 222Disciple. That's the unique focus of this ministry. It not only equips you, but it makes you into a disciple maker. Now, virtually anyone can do this if they're willing to put in the time and the work, and they're looking for a new friendship, because 222Disciple is highly relational. It's the same, but every time two people meet around Jesus and the gospel, it's a unique, blessed experience. What will you learn in 222Disciple? You will learn the gospel, and the gospel is the power of God for salvation, Romans 1:16. I used to think that was just for becoming a Christian, but having done this now for several years, I'm realizing that the gospel is also the way to live a Christ-centered life every day. Basically, when you go through 222Disciple, you wonder what's the content. You're going to learn the gospel. You're going to learn, first of all, what sin really is. It's a big deal, and it is our deepest problem. Then you'll spend lots of time looking at what God did through Jesus to solve that sin problem. You'll be amazed at what happened when Christ died on the cross. And then finally, you'll get introduced to some of the basic ways that our life changes. This rhythm of sin, salvation, and service. Now, again, one of the things that is unique about 222Disciple is that not only will you learn, but you will be equipped so you can reach somebody else. Oh, but it doesn't stop there. You'll get to reach somebody else. They will train somebody else. And Lord willing, this will go on and on. In fact, you and I are evidence that someone didn't quit. If this sounds familiar, it should, because in 2 Timothy 2:1 and 2, Paul, perhaps the greatest evangelist and disciple maker this world has ever seen, he said simply this. He said, "You then, my son, be strong in the grace that's in Christ Jesus. And then the things you've heard from me, teach to somebody else who will pass it on to reliable people who will also reach others." And this unending chain of disciple making can continue on. And you and I have a chance, an opportunity to join in this mighty movement. So how can you get started? Well, simply go to a website called 222disciplego.com. There you'll watch a couple quick PDFs or read PDFs, watch some videos, and you'll get introduced to how this method works, and you can take a simple click and begin your journey.